Hi, this is Sarah Brown with 1851 Franchise, and today I have with me Jack and Jill Johnson from the Franchise Insiders. Thank you guys so much for being here.
It's our pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Great. Well, let's dive straight in. Can you start off by telling me a little bit about your background and what brought you to be franchise consultants?
Absolutely. I'll start off. So I've been in franchising since 2002. Prior to Jill and I starting Franchise Insiders, I started a franchise called Home Care Assistance and built that to a 200 location franchise system. And it was just awesome working with those franchise owners over the years. Along the way, Jill at the time when we first met was working at Win in digital marketing. I'll let you kind of take it from there.
Yeah, I was in all forms of marketing, but specializing in email marketing. I moved over to the agency side, which was very entertaining, but it definitely exposed me to many different clients that we were working with, many different business concepts and industries. And it was a great job at the time, but we just knew we needed to do something for ourselves.
Yeah, I think coming from that franchise background, Jill from the marketing and sales background, helping all those franchisees so many years. I mean, Jill used to say it to me all the time, why aren't we doing this ourselves?
Right.
We'll get into every franchise.
Yeah, I got to ask Jack, how do we do that? How do we get into that side of things? And he actually said it's pretty simple. So we took a risk.
I was wrong. It's not
Simple to get into the industry.
That's awesome. What a great story. So what makes you guys successful as franchise brokers?
First of all, I think we love what we do. I don't know if you've had a chance to listen to our Inside Scoop podcast or kind of get a glimpse of some of the social media stuff we do, but we love helping people. At this point, we've helped, I think, 560 people become franchise owners. We've helped thousands of franchise searches, and it's invigorating. I mean, every day feels kind of like Christmas morning because you meet new people, you get to help them accomplish their goals. It's really just kind of a thrilling existence.
Awesome. It's important to be passionate about what you do.
Right.
Absolutely.
Great. So what advice do you guys have for people wanting to become franchise owners?
So I think really franchising can be one of the most rewarding businesses and endeavors of your life on so many different levels, but you have to be patient and it's not something that you're going to jump right into. You have to follow guidance from the franchisor. You have to invest your time and really, be patient, I guess, with it, because it can be amazing. And then you can continue to build upon it and diversify and let the business essentially run by itself, which is everyone's ultimate goal, to kind of sit back and let it run for you. And that's all possible with franchising. And that's something we really want people to know and really believe in when they start getting into franchising.
And I think, it's also just when we meet new clients, what we like to say is, look, we've been in this business for decades. We work with all of these franchises, and our number one goal and their number one goal is to help you succeed. And so we really do try to really get a look at our clients from an organic standpoint. We have them take personality assessments. We really do want to find their best franchise match, but we also want to help them find the franchise to help them build. And like Jill said, build an asset that can grow and work even without their 9-to-5 sweat equity.
Awesome. So what does winning look like for you guys?
Our clients kicking ass and thriving.
That's the best part.
We want to see our clients setting records. We want to get the phone call. I mean, just an example, a month ago, got a call from a client that said, look, I'm sitting on top of $500,000 from the first franchise you found for me. Help me put it in the next one. Another client saying he's billing $200,000 a week in the heart of COVID. Another client saying, I just set a record for, first year performance. To us, our clients thriving and being happy and coming back and doing more franchises.
Yeah. That's just the best feeling.
That's winning.
Yeah.
That's great. I can tell you guys really care about who you work with.
100%.
Awesome. So what advice do you have for franchisors wanting your help on awarding more franchisees?
So, I mean, number one, I would say is be transparent. Really show us, how we can support you, what you're really interested in. I think that's the most important part is the communication between them and us, because we really want to find them the right path for them. And if we're not getting the full story, it's difficult for us to do our job. So transparency is huge. We also, really want to understand who the most successful franchisees are.
Right. That way we can match that, and speed. We want speed of response. That's really important too, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Speed.
Get back to us. If we're doing a territory check, if we have a question, it's just the other day, like I had a client that we were working with that had a question about a particular brand, and they actually were saying things about the brand that we knew weren't true. And so quickly I emailed the brand and I said, hey, can you send me your latest FDD, send us your latest earnings, because we've got a client that is actually under a false assumption. Franchise immediately got back to us, and I was able to just rattle off, no, what you're saying is not true. Here's the average revenue. Here's how many franchises. So speed and accurate information is just
and just letting us know who they're looking for, so we can, find that right match for them.
Right.
Great. So last question for you. How can franchisors better communicate with you? And you kind of touched on this a little bit.
I think we have so many ways of communicating these days. Like, I love texting. I don't need to have a big phone call. Like, we don't need to sit and talk for hours. Text us, learn. That's how we like to communicate. But if there are other franchise consultants that want to have a big conversation, have a big conversation. I think it's always about adjusting to the style of your clients. So in this case, we're the clients of the franchises. So just roll with how we like to communicate. And that's what we try. When we talk to a new client of ours, I always say, what's your preference? Do you want text? Do you want email? Do you want phone calls? Do you want them all? And we always say we're available 24/7. You can text us, you can call us.
And we really are. And I think that that's the most important part is speed, and just making sure that the communication's open and consistent. Jack always says time kills deals. So,
that's right.
And it's true, and we've seen that. So just that back and forth, open communication, we will respond, within minutes to anyone that contacts us, whether it's a franchisor or one of our clients. And so we'd love to see that reciprocated.
I don't want to set like a false expectation here, but I was talking to a franchisor the other night at 2:30 a.m. I mean, we're just always dialed in.
That's awesome that you guys are so dedicated.
You have to. If you want to win in this business, you want to help your clients succeed. You've got to stay on top of it. I mean, it's like, I'll give you another example. Today we had a franchisor that we really like, and that our client came to us saying, hey, do you guys know about this franchise? Can you help us get introduced? We went to the franchise. Franchise said, well, we're not selling franchises in your client's state. And I said, guys, come on. I mean, why don't you give it a shot? Let's have an introductory conversation, get the registration process going, because this person might buy multiple units with you. So I think that's an advantage on both sides working with the franchise insiders, is that for clients, we can make things happen. And for franchisors, we know the kinds of clients they're looking for.
Perfect. Well, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for your time.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.